6:30 a.m. Monday, 27th September. Get the Luna out for the morning pee. The daily grind begins. Paddy. Paddy, Luna. Paddy. Oh. Paddy. Paddy, Paddy. Paddy, Paddy. Come on, Luna. Paddy. Paddy. Paddy, Paddy. Come on, Paddy. Let's go. Paddy. Yeah, Paddy. Paddy, Luna. Luna, come on. Let's go. Paddy. Paddy. Bugs in my ears. Paddy, Luna. Right here. Right is good. Come on. She blows. A slab of Coke yesterday, and one of the cans had a leak in the bugger, so we've had to dump them in there and wash them off. Yeah, kind of sucked really. Coke went everywhere. So yeah, it's another chaotic day here. Of course, Monday is still Monday. Monday the 27th of September. I'm going to whack you right there. So I've been in and out of work this morning. Got called in about 8. Completely against my expectations. I was supposed to go in at 2 p.m, but unfortunately they needed help this morning. So came in. We tried to figure out what we needed to get done. Basically, which required formatting a load of SD cards, getting some cameras ready for an event that was starting this week, and just helping with the day's work, because we had a call off this morning, so it was a little bit. I didn't think it was a necessary call, but just kind of smooth things out a little bit. I helped it. So I came in for a couple of hours, headed back, and I'm going to be heading back in, of course, in a little bit. But before then, we've got to get the rest of the dinner sorted now. Of course, if you remember from last night, we cooked the beef. See, my wife likes it, a big lump of beef, but she likes it crumbly, to fall apart, and it wasn't falling apart because I don't know if we cooked it too low or whatever, but it's fallen apart now. It was cooking for the other night on low to this morning, so that's all good to go. I'll show you that in a minute, but of course we've got to get potatoes boiled for tonight as well. And again, I won't be eating until a little bit later on tonight because I'm going to be there till about 10-ish, 10:30, something like that, because I head back into work, make sure everything is A-OK. But anyway, let's get cracking with the spuds. Let's have a look at it. Alright, so right now I'm got the pot on the boil, but I need to get some potatoes in there, and I'm just going to give them a quick rinse, throw them in the pan, and get them started, because really time is not my friend today. I need a bowl. So I'm just going to rinse them off. Cut them up into halves and boil these sons of guns. Usually the plan was yesterday, if we would have had this meal, they would have been either roast potatoes or I would have at least peeled them. But of course, right now nothing's going my way in regards to work. So we got to do what we got to do. So we've got some potatoes chopped, well, not cut in half. Really, it's not really chopped, but cut in half anyway. So, and of course, going to put them in the pan round with the water. So it's actually been on the boil for a little bit. I'm just going to drop these suckers in there as is, just halved. Have I got enough water? That's the question. I'm going to add a bit more water. Make sure enough water is covering the spuds. And that's pretty much it. Going to chuck in a bunch of salt. Flavor is key. And these bad boys will boil. Let them boil. Let them be boiled. No, you're not playing. You're not bloody playing. Yeah. Supposed to do all the hard work, Luna. Not getting off easy street. Can't be arsed today. I guess you can't be arsed. Meanwhile, on the other channel, I've been busting my ass today. It's Monday, like I said, 27th of September. So Monday's usually my biggest busy day over on the other YouTube channel, the football channel, of course. So I just banged out 6 videos this morning, 6 prediction videos for this weekend. And of course, I did a FIFA stream early doors. But I want to, showcase you something that's a little bit interesting. I'm actually on the cusps of signing a sponsorship deal on the other channel from some of the guys at Ball Street. I don't know if you know Ball Street. I guess they're in cahoots with the League of 72. It's a channel that focuses around the EFL, and they want me to do a couple of segments or promote their channel on my channel. So I'm on the cusp of signing that. I'm going to sign that today and get that to them, and hopefully we'll be in cahoots at least for the month of October. And they're gonna give me a chunk of change, and hopefully that maybe build some bridges with those guys, and maybe do something with them in the future as well. So it's quite a big deal for me because the one of the key men behind Ball Street is of course James Olcott, is a big time football YouTuber, and I got a lot of respect for the guy. So hopefully this could be a start of a budding friendship. You just don't know. But anyway, have a take a little look. So here it is. I'm actually, this is the email train. We've been chatting. Actually, we've been chatting for quite a few months, actually. But I've got to sign, seal, and deliver the paperwork at the bottom here, and hopefully I'll get that done and home and hosed today, and we can cross the T's, dot the I's tomorrow, and get everything squared away. Meanwhile, over on this screen, I'm on a man with all screens. These are some of the videos here. There's 6 videos that are banged out. So we're going to compress these sons of guns because they're quite big. And if I dump them online now, it will take forever for them to get uploaded. So I shrink them down size to make it much more easier for me to get them bad boys online. Otherwise, one video would take like an hour to get up there. I've got 6. So we put them through Handbrake, amazing third open source program. Check it out if you haven't done so. So they're going to shrink. It takes a little bit of time, about 10 minutes, hopefully 10-15 minutes. And then I'll get them puppies online. So the Handbrake has successfully completed. So this goes to show just how long a process it is. So I've got to record the video. I then have to compress the video to make it editable on Final Cut. And then I do my edits, and then I run it through the process. Comes out to this file here, on average around about a gig, 1.5 gigs. So after the Handbrake does its compression, the files are shrunk to a couple hundred thousand megabytes. So reduces it to about 1/10 of the size. I think it's an incredible step, especially if internet and uploading is your key for me. So I'm going to go to my YouTube get business here, and we're going to go to upload, and then hopefully we're going to get all 6. Dump them and then get on to work, boys. So we'll do that, and I'll leave it here, and then I'll finish off the process when I'm at work. But yeah, it's part of the process. But I'll show you a full rigmarole one day in one of these daily vlogs. But it's just a little tweak. You know, handbrake is massive. So the Spanooks are boiled, I believe. So I'm going to take off the heat and let them sit here cold, and then I'll heat them up when I come back for my din-dins. Alright folks, checking out for the day. It's 9:30. Again, a bit of a broken up day. Nothing that I was expecting. I was hoping for a late start, which would mean I get a head start on a lot of things. But unfortunately that's not the case, so I had to go to work early, come home, go back out again. But ultimately now, going home now a little bit earlier than originally planned, but it was a bit rough, to say the least. It's the nature of the beast these days. Nobody wants to work. Nobody wants to bloody work. So we've got limited staffing. Oh, and there we go. Heading back home. Hopefully I'm going to be able to have some of my beef that's been cooking for like 14 days. I don't even know how long it's been cooking now, but it should be mushy enough to eat. And of course I bought some potatoes earlier, so that should all be bloody good. So now we head home, babies. Head on the road, down home, back home. So yeah, time me, see how long it takes for me to get home. It's around about 7 minutes on a good day. I have bought some new bits of gear, some new equipment to help with this vlogging process, and hopefully soon we can have a bit more consistency and something going to a more coordinated plan, because right now I've got all these plans for the vlogs, but I'm getting interrupted by my work, which, you know, this happens. That's why vlogging is not easy. You know, I anticipate doing some tours of the workplace, tours of the home, showing you around State College, showing you around some little hidden gems. All that stuff is planned, but whether or not I can execute it is another story. Tomorrow, Tuesday, is deadline day with my homework for my uni. I've got to submit that soccer, and it's also game day for me as we take on Huddersfield. And I have barely had a chance to look at that game. Barely had a chance to look at it. So I'm thinking about doing something a little bit weird, which of course is the match preview for the game live, and that'll roll into the watch along tomorrow. So if I anticipate going live at 2:30, which is usually 15 minutes ahead of time, we'll have the starting team news, all that kind of stuff. So I think maybe we should do that. Yeah, that'd be quite cool. It might actually lead into something on a more regular basis. Maybe we'll do that for the next one and the next one. So we'll see. Yeah, it's the only issue is, do I build it as a watch along or do I build it as a preview? I think I've got to build it up as a watch along. Anyway, feet are killing me. Got out of there about an hour ahead of schedule, which is pretty good. I do have to go to work tomorrow for about 3 hours. So it might be okay tomorrow. It might not be as shitty as I expect. Now I am trying to decide about getting a milkshake for the missus. gonna go get a milkshake. We'll see. The thing is, I don't really like McDonald's milkshakes. I actually like Sheetz milkshakes. However, the reason the wife wants a milkshake is she's had a bit of a dental surgery today, and it wants to be something smooth. So the Sheetz shakes are a bit more icy. You know, lots of ice left over in there. So I don't think that's what she wants. So she wants the smoothness. But I'm not the biggest fan of those myself. And normally on a typical afternoon or evening there are better options for milkshakes, but when we're knocking on 10 o'clock at night there's not many. I'm not spoilt for choice. Hey, dear me. Somebody once told me forehead. So anyway, let's go McDonald's. Try and pick up a shake. Somebody once told me the room was figure out the space of his old forehead. We got the green machine, the green lights. See here, we're entering a two-way lane, and all these left-hand side sons of bitches, they always like to cut over because the left-hand side is short, and it will in a minute it will come down to one lane, and they always like to fucking cut you off. See, this guy's doing it, but he's got a good distance between ourselves. He's not really cut me off, but on prime time, 5 o'clock rush hour, it can be pretty ugly. So clocking at 7:30, that took us not necessarily at home, probably another minute from here, but we're going to go to McDonald's, get them shakes. I'm really looking forward to this beef. I really am looking forward to some beef and some potatoes. Beef and potatoes. Mash it up with a bit of gravy, some onions flying around in there. I'm really looking forward to it. We may have a problem. We may have a problem. I think they might be out of shakes, you know. I think they might be out of shakes. I'm reversing out of the drive-through. Reason being, I'm going to go down this other lane and see.
Hi, how can I help you?
Hello, do you have any the milkshakes?
We can't do any ice cream right now.
Okay, thank you. That's all I was asking for. Thank you. Cheers. Yeah, so I thought about that. So we're kind of shit out of luck here. Right, well, I gotta hang up here, folks. This is how the day ended up here, folks. There's my roast beef and potatoes. Yes, I know it doesn't look that great, and I know it's not how it's supposed to look. But after 2 days cooking, it's 11 o'clock at night. All I want to do is have a Coca-Cola in an ice cold Buffalo Bills thing and just get some food down my gullet. So I'm not really fussed about presentation skills right now. I just want to get some dinner in my bloody belly. So that's what we're going to hopefully do. Luna's should be in bed, but she's here. Of course it is. Beef knocking around. But there is beef and coke. Beef and coke. Beef and coke. Beef and coke.